We've talked about curiosity and the importance of curiosity um, as a characteristic when we're thinking about what happens next to guide our future lives. What are the other important characteristics you think people should consider when thinking about what's next?
I think going back to your question about what's next is, we run short of ideas because it's an overwhelm. The analogy I can use is, a rabbit in a headlight. You don't know which way to turn, which way to run.
Mm.
So the best step is to step back and then try and gain a sense of clarity. And the way to do that is, if you can't do it yourself, which could be a bit of a challenge, talk to somebody through a conversation. And somebody, who can facilitate a thought process. Ask questions that you've been scared to ask, or ask questions that you didn't want to hear the answer.
Yeah,
And based on that, you can open up an avenue of thinking about what next. It gives you idea, and it gives you a sense of clarity and another purpose that, I've still got time to do X, Y, and Z. Maybe go to the Himalayas or the Amazons, and these kind of things open up new avenues, and that takes you away from the overwhelm of what can I do next, because
yeah.
there's so much there. It's a bit like a cloud. You
Well,
wait for the cloud
I
to move on.
I absolutely agree. The book that I love on this particular subject is a book called Design Your Life by Bill Burnett. Amazing book. And it talks about how to apply design thinking that they use in a lot of the big car engineering
Okay.
firms. And design thinking is about iteration. Right? So how do we just gradually get better? But applying it to our future lives. And one of the points that he makes really, really powerfully in the book is the next step isn't the final step. If you take tiny little steps towards, as you say, and again, for some people, a trip to the Himalayas or the Amazon might feel like a huge step, but then what's the natural next step that you can take? And if you end up going down a dead end or an alcove you don't want to be in, you just take a step back. And having that like gradual approach to change as opposed to that like sort of approach to change that has to happen completely overnight and fundamentally means that you've got a bit more freedom and flexibility in your life. So I really, really like that. Now,
It's very important that, yeah, like you said, take them sort of small steps. When you
yeah,
are younger, you want to run. When you reach this age, you want to slow down and savor the way and get the benefit and enjoy the journey. So there's
yeah,
a sort of bit of a reflection on, contrasting of where you are in your 20s. You're full of energy and dynamics and aspirations. And you are, you're struggling with the energy, aspirations. But then, you can pace yourself and
yeah,
identify what's the next step. And when you take the
yeah,
next step, the world changes. Then you take the next step because it's a different one to what you would have thought about from when you were on a zero step.
yeah, exactly.